Let's look at the MRSM paper 2 for the SPM trial paper 2021. So let's look at the questions. If we look at question 1, okay, I have Bakri who wants to buy a medical insurance policy for himself. Amount of premium paid monthly varies directly as his age, Q years old at the time. So it varies directly. Okay. So when Bakri is 25 years old, he has to pay 150 ringgit per month. So calculate monthly premium to be paid if he buys the policy when he's 35 years old. So the premium paid, P, varies directly, means equals to a scale times his age, Q years old. So when Bakri is 25, he has to pay 150, means when Q is 25, P is 150. So I can sub in 150 equals K times 25. Then I can find the K value. 150 over 25 equals to K. Yeah. So 150 divided 25, I get 6. So K is 6, means P is 6Q. So I want to find the premium when he is 35 years old, means when Q is 35. So the money premium would be 6 times 35. 6 times 35, I get 210. So 210 ringgit. Yeah, that's the money premium to be paid. Question 2. I have a table here showing number of employees that have been vaccinated with vaccine A and vaccine B at Clinic Sejahtera to restrain the spread of contagious disease. So Sharika Budi and Sharika Bhakti paid 1,071 and 2,159 respectively. So price for vaccination A using matrix method. Let's use X for vaccination A, Y for vaccination B. Okay. So matrix method means you have to put it in matrix form. So the 5238 multiply with XY, the price of vaccination A and B, okay, equals to the total amount that they paid, 1071 and 2159. Yeah. So to find XY, I times the inverse of this on both sides, multiply on the left, this one is cancelled off. So multiply on the left, multiply on the right side, you must put it in front as well. So 1 over AD, 5 times 8, minus BC, 2 times 3. Switch A and D, negative B and C. The formula is given for inverse matrix, so you can refer to the formula. Then here 1071 to 159. So this is 1 over 5 times 8, 40 minus 2 and 3, 6. 40 minus 6, 34. Then I times these two matrices together. So take 8 times 1070, 8560. Okay, negative, positive, so minus 2 times 215 4318. Then so negative 3 times 1070, so it's negative 3 times 1070 is 3210. And plus 5 times 2159, 10,795. So simplify 1 over 34. 8560 minus 4318, 4242. Okay. Negative 3210 plus 10,795. 7585. Did something wrongly. Right. This is 7-1. So 8568 minus 4318 is 4250. That's right. 4250 divided by 34, I get 125. 7585 divided 34. Right. I came wrongly for the other one as well. So it's 3 times 1071. So there's a 3 here. Means I have minus 3 here. So 7582 divided by 34, 223. So x, y is 125 and 223, which means x is 125. I just want price of vaccination A, which is 125 ringgit. Yeah. Then question 3, actually very simple. I'm given volume of the cuboid is 840 cm cubed. I want to find the value of x. So volume of the cuboid, just length times width times height. So 7 times dx plus 5 times 3x minus 11 equals to 840. Yeah. The 7 I can actually just divide. Yeah, because 840 I can divide by 7. So here I need these two brackets, I need to expand. X times 3x, 3x squared. X times negative 11 minus 11x. 5 times 3, 15x. 5 times negative 11 minus 55. So it's 3x squared plus 4x minus 55 equals 840 divided 7 is 120. Right? Yeah, 120. Then bring over. Positive become minus. So 3x squared plus 4x minus 175 equals 0. So factorize this. 3xx equals 0. So yeah, 7 here, 25 here. So plus 25 minus 21, I get 4x. If you want, you can use the cross method. 3x squared minus 175, middle term on the right, plus 4x, 3 times 175. 525, I need the factors of 525, which I can use plus 25x minus 21x to get 4x. So 3xx. 3x times negative 7 minus 21x, x times positive 25 plus 25x. That's how I get 3x plus 25, x minus 7. So it cannot be 3x plus 25 equals 0. Yeah, it's not possible because that will give us a negative x value, which isn't possible. Because if x is negative, this will be a negative, then it will be a negative length here, which isn't possible. Negative length doesn't make sense. It's like going into another dimension. Yeah, that's not possible. So x minus 7 must be 0, x is 7. So a lot of times this kind of question, word problem question involving a quadratic, we have one value that is not possible, then we have to eliminate it. Okay. Then question 4. Number of elements in fantasy means this whole group. So it's 2 plus 9 plus 3 plus 3m. They say is equal. So equal to number of elements in mystery, union, historical, complement. Be aware there's complement here. Make sure you don't miss it out. Mystery, union, historical, complement means everything else. So it's this 2. 2m plus 3m. Right? So 2 plus 3 plus 9, 14. Then bring over the plus 3m, opposite minus 3m. This one will cancel off, become 0. So get rid of the 2 times 2, opposite divide 2. M is 7. Sorry, that's not the final answer yet. What they want is this. Number of them in the universal set means the whole thing. So now that I have all the m, just change the m to 7. 18 plus 7 plus 2 plus 9 plus 3 plus 3m, 3 times 7 plus 2m, 2 times 7. So just calculate 18 plus 7 plus 2 plus 9 plus 3 plus 3 times 7 plus 2 times 7, 74. Okay, answer is 74. That is question 4. Question 5. I want to state the contrapositive, okay, for the following implication. Hence, state whether the contrapositive is true or false. Now, if the statement is true, the contrapositive will be true as well. Okay, so whether true or false, we can look at the statement itself or we can look at the contrapositive. It's up to you. So the contrapositive here, when there's inequality, is the opposite of it. Means if b plus 1 less or equal to 11. Sorry, contrapositive. Same. If I have to switch these two as well. So if b less or equals to 10, then b plus 1 less or equals to 11. Yeah. So contrapositive here is true because the statement itself is true. B plus 1 more than 11. B is more than 10. I just minus 1 on both sides. Should be correct. So the part B, I just want to fill in the premise 2. So premise 1, all regular octagons have 20 diagonals. Conclusion is PQRSTUVW has 20 diagonals. So must be PQRSTUVW. So it follows the diagonals means I can say is a regular octagon. Follows the first condition. Yeah, and it must be the same object that we are looking at. Question 6. I want the rate of change of speed of the object in the first 8 seconds. So rate of change of speed is just change in speed over change in time. Change in speed from 24 to 18. we can look at this whole part because this whole part has the same gradient. So for the first 8 seconds, although 8 seconds will be probably like until about here, but even if I take until here, it doesn't matter because it's the same rate of change of speed. So I can take this whole line. So change in speed, 24 minus 18 over change in time, 12 seconds. So it's 6 divided by 12. 0.5, basically. Yeah. Okay. 0.5 meter per second square. Then the B, distance in meters traveled by the object for the last 3 seconds. So last 3 seconds here. Distance will be the area under the graph when it's speed against time graph. Distance is just the area of the triangle, half times base times height, base 3 seconds times height, 18 meter per second. So half times 3 times 18 is 27. Yeah, so 27 meters. That's it. That is question 6. Question 7. I have a bar chart here. So I want the probability that a female student is chosen. A student is chosen randomly from mathematics club. So this whole thing is mathematics club. So probability female student is chosen is just number of female students. So is this 60 and 50 here? 60 plus 50 over total number of students, 100 plus 170. Sorry, 100 plus 70. 110 over 170, 11 over 70. You can leave it in fraction form. Don't need to change to decimals. Second one, calculate probability that both students are from morning session if 2 students are chosen at random from female students. So it's only female students. I want both from morning. Means the probability that the first student is from morning. So 60 students over total of 110 female students. Right? It's female. Yeah. Times. After choosing one, I'm left with 59 female students over. I'm left with 109 female students. Yeah. So please calculate 60 over 110 times 59 over 109, which is 354 over 1199. You can again leave it in fraction form. Part C, 2 students are chosen at random from the afternoon session, only afternoon session. So calculate probability at least 1 male student is chosen. At least 1 male student is chosen means it can be 1 male, it can be both male. But it can be first one male, second one male, or both male. So usually in this kind of situation, I use complement probability. Means 1 minus probability of the opposite of it, means probability that both are female. Female and female again. Means 1 minus probability first one is a female. 50 female students over total 70 students. After choosing one, I'm left with 49 female students, total left with 69. 50 over 70 times 49 over 69. 35 over 69. So 1 minus 35 over 69. 34 over 69. Yeah. Okay. That's for part C. Question 8. Okay. So question 8 here, I have the elevation, front elevation, side elevation, and the plan view. I want to draw back the three-dimensional shape. Yeah. So when we draw back a three-dimensional shape, we can actually look at the front elevation first. Okay. So this front elevation, it will basically be what we can see in front. So that's the most obvious part, and also the most exact part that will basically be the same, okay, as what we can see. So we draw out say middle is about here. Yeah. Then basically this dotted line is for this part. So here we'll basically stretch out to a 3D shape. And more or less stretch it out pretty much 45 degrees. So it is 5 cm long. Yeah, this height is actually 3 cm and 3 cm. But because 3D shape, you don't exactly see the exact measurements, but you want to keep your lines parallel. is basically something like this with dotted lines. Oh no, what happened? The lines that we cannot see, keep it as dotted lines. Yeah, so basically meet about here. So yeah, I can't really draw that perfect on this tree here. So that's dotted line. Can't really draw that perfect on my computer, as it's a bit hard to align everything properly. Yeah, but basically it will be something like this. Yeah. So usually what I'll do is the front elevation, I will follow the measurements first. Then the rest of it, I just try to keep the angles as long as I keep the parallel lines. How deep you actually draw it out is not that important. Yeah. So mainly it's just the front elevation, you want to keep it in scale. Then part B, I want to calculate area of the inclined plane for the combined object. So the inclined plane will be here and here. Okay. So inclined plane, I have here 5 cm, here 3 cm. So actually, wait, 3 cm. No, this is not 5 cm. This is 7 cm. Here is 5 cm. So here is 3 cm. So if I split like this, 3 here, 3 here. So this length, I have to take Pythagoras theorem. 3 square plus 3 square square root of 18. Yeah, 9 plus 9, 18. So the area of this is 5 times square root of 18, but there's 2 of it on top and below. So area 2 times of 5 times square root of 18. 2 times 5 times square root of 18. 42.426, 42.43 cm squared. Yeah, just like that. That is the area. Question 9. I have RQ parallel to x-axis, R and S on the y-axis. And these 3 are all straight lines. I want coordinates of point Q. So y equals to x. If this is a horizontal line, means the whole line, the x should be the same. So since y equals to x means point Q is 5, 5. The x and y coordinate must be the same. Okay. Then the equation of straight line SQ. So I already have point S actually, because it's the y-intercept and the y value is 3. So first we find gradient of SQ, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Yeah, so it's 2 over 5. Means the equation y equals mx plus c. M is 2 over 5, x plus c. C is basically the y-intercept, which is 3. So y equals 2 over 5x plus 3. That's it. Yeah, just as simple as that. If we don't have the y-intercept, then we sub in the x and y value on one of the coordinate to find the c value. Question 10. So solve this equation. Solving the equation is very straightforward. I can leave the fraction, just bring over the 4 and bring over to 2x. I rearrange this, switch the position. Positive become minus, positive 4 become minus 4. Yeah. So 3x over 2 means 3 over 2x. So I can actually just take 3 over 2 minus 2. And I get negative half. So it's negative half x equals negative 4. Get rid of negative half, bring over, times negative 2. Okay, flip the fraction around, 2 over 1, which is 2. So it's 8. So yeah, x value is 8. Then, part B, or if you don't want to deal with fractions, then you just times everything by the 2 first. Yeah, means from here, I times everything by 2. Then I get 3x plus 8 equals to 4x. Then no need to try to solve it. Bring over the 3x. Then x equals 8. Yeah, also can. It's up to you how you want to do it. For B, Eileen, Farah, and Kumar participate in robotics competition. Farah scored 19 more than Eileen, while Kumar's score is twice of Eileen's score. So given that total score is 163, calculate Eileen's score. So let's put Eileen's score as x first. Okay. Farah scored 19 more than Eileen, means x plus 19. Kumar's score is twice of Eileen's score. Twice means times 2, so 2x. So that total score 163 means x plus 2x plus x plus 19 equals to 163. Get rid of 19 plus opposite minus. X plus 2x plus x is 4x. 1 plus 2 plus 1, so 4. This is 144 times 4, opposite divide 4, which is 36. Yeah, so Eileen's score would be 36. That's question 10. Question 11. This one, find the value of x. They give you tangent x is negative 2. Yeah. So, how we solve this kind of question? Basically, we have to find the reference angle for x first, which is tangent inverse the 2. So the negative, I always try to ignore. Okay, shift tangent 2 first. I ignore the negative first. 63.43 degrees. So this is negative. When it's negative, always, whether it's negative, positive, always sketch out your ASTC. Make sure you remember ASTC. Okay, basically all sine, tangent, cos. Which one is positive in that quadrant? So in this case, it's negative. So we consider where tangent is negative. Tangent is negative will be S and C. Then the reference angle will be the angle to the nearest x-axis. So here is 63.43, here is 63.43. What we want is the general angle, which is until here, basically 180 minus 63.43, or up until here, which is 360 minus 63.43. Yeah. So it is 116.57 degrees. Okay. As well as 296.57 degrees. Yeah, two possible answers. Okay. Then part B. I want to sketch the graph of y equals 2 cos x and y equals negative sine x on the same axis. Okay. So, how do we sketch this out? Let me draw for you the axis first. So, here 1, 2, -1, -2. Okay, 2 cos x means is your norm, 2 in front. So it's like this. Let's say a sine bx plus c. The a is the amplitude, means how much it stretched up or compressed down. So if it's like 2 means 2 times the height. If it's like 3, 3 times the height. Just like that. B is frequency, how many times it repeats within 360 degrees. C is shifting up and down. So the middle line is always at 0. So when you shift it up or down, basically the middle line will shift up or down. So the C will basically be the same as the middle line value. So in this case, 2 cos x means double of the height for your cos x. So we just draw a cos x graph. On top, highest -2. Sorry, highest is 2, goes down to -2 and go back up. Yeah, go back up to 2. So it's something like this. It's just a sketch. You don't need to be perfect. Yeah, just more or less the shape has to be correct. Then the other one is negative sine x. Negative sine x means normal sine is like this. So negative means the opposite way. Means it goes down first. Okay. So it goes down, up, and then back down. Yeah. So here would be 360 degrees. Basically, you see the maximum here and the 0 has to be pretty much the same point. and this here, same point. Here also, the 0 here and the minimum point is the same point, has the same x. Okay. Yeah, basically that's the two graph. So they want to state a constant value of c for y equals 2 cos x plus c, such that both graphs has the same maximum value. C. So basically, you see the maximum point here is 2. Maximum point for the sine is 1. So in order for them to have the same maximum point, I have to shift down by 1. So means C is -1. Yeah, don't need to show any working. Just give the answer. It's fine. Question 12. State whether the pattern in diagram 7 is a tessellation. So yeah, it is. So just yes for part A. Sorry, A1. Then A2, given that transformation P is reflection in the line DE here. Transformation Q is reflection in the line DF, this one. So by identifying the image of triangle ADE, this one, under the combined transformation QP, means P and then Q. Describe in full a single transformation, which is equivalent. So the transformation will be flip here and then flip down, means it becomes this BDF. Okay. So image is BDF. So in order from ADE to BDF, yeah, reflection is actually possible. Okay, reflection is actually possible, but because the line is not here, so generally we won't use that. Technically, it's possible to you to just reflect on the line CD, flip over, and it's the same. But let's not do that. Let's use rotation instead. So from here, rotate to here. Rotation. So each of this is right angle triangle. Equilateral triangle means each of this angle is 60 degrees. So 60 twice means 120 degrees. This way is clockwise. Okay, about the center of rotation is the point that doesn't change, which is point D or center D. Yeah. Okay, just like that. Part B, triangle ABC is image of DEF. ABC, this big one, is image of this DEF under combined transformation XY. So Y first. So you see the orientation is different. So we first have to change the orientation of it. I can just reflect it because A, B, C, D, E, F. So I want E on point B. So flip it over. Okay. So first one, B1. Y is reflection on the line DF. on this line. Flip it over, then it becomes this dBF. Then you see the size is different. I have to enlarge. Definitely change size is enlargement. So X is enlargement. So actually the size will just be double. This length becomes like this. So it's double the length. So with scale factor of 2, at center or at point B, the corner that doesn't change. Yeah. So enlargement, we always have to state the scale factor and the center of enlargement. C, I want to find area of CEF if ABC is 48. ABC, this whole thing is 48. CEF, this one, small one. So we find back the area of object basically. Yeah. So area of image is equal scale factor square times area of object. So to find area of object, basically divide by the 2 square, means divide 4. So area of CF is 48 divided by 4, 12. 12 cm square. That's it. Okay. Then question 13. State the size of class interval. So class interval size is not upper limit minus lower limit. It's the upper boundary, 19.5, minus lower boundary, 9.5. So I get 10. Yeah, that's for part A. Part B, I'll find M and N. So what I know is the mean is 35. And this is the age of 40 tourists. Yeah. So for part B, first is adding all up together is 40. Yeah. So M plus N plus 22 is 40. M plus N is 40 minus 22, 18. Yeah. Okay. There's 2 unknowns, so I need 2 equations. The other equation, I use the mean. So I get the midpoints first. Okay. So midpoints, just add the limit together, divide by 2. So it's 14.5, 24.5, 34.5, 44.5, 54.5. So it's 4 times 14.5 plus 24.5 M plus 34.5 N plus 10 times 44.5 plus 8 times 54.5. Divide by total frequency is just 40 equals to 35, equals to the mean. Let me write this up. Mean equals this. Bring up the 40, divide 40 opposite times 40. Then we simplify all this. 24.5 M plus 34.5 N plus 4 times 14.5 plus 10 times 44.5 plus 8 times 54.5. 939. Yeah. 35 times 40 is 1,400. Bring over 939 plus opposite minus 24.5 M plus 34.5 N. So 24.5 M plus 34.5 N equals 1400 minus 939, which is 461. So rather than leaving it as 0.5, maybe it's better to get rid of 0.5. Or I can just use substitution as well. So it doesn't really matter whether you use substitution or elimination with the two equations. Let's say I use substitution. M is 18 minus N. Equation 1, equation 2. Substitute equation 1 into equation 2. So just change the M into 18 minus N. So 24.5 times 18, 441, minus 24.5 N plus 34.5 N is 461. Bring over the 441, plus opposite minus. So negative 24.5 plus 34.5 is 10, 10N. So this 20, bring over the 10 times 10, opposite divide 10, so N is 2. So I substitute N equals 2 value into equation 1, I can find M. 18 minus 2, 16. So yeah, M is 16, N is 2. This is using simultaneous equation. Yeah. For part C, I want to find standard deviation. Standard deviation, find the sum of fx squared first. Okay, mean I don't need to count, I already have. So I need sum of fx squared. Total frequency I also have. So basically each of the frequency times with the h midpoint square. So it's 4 times 14.5 square plus m is 16 times 24.5 square plus n, and it's 2 times 34.5 square plus 10 times 44.5 square plus 8 times 54.5 square. 56,390. Yeah. So the standard deviation is square root of 56390. Just use the formula over total frequency 40 minus mean square 35 square. So straight away I can count square root of 56390 over 40 minus 35 square. 13.592. So 13.59. That's the standard deviation. Okay, that's for question 13. Question 14. So I have a picture in the size 20 cm by 16 cm. So he wants to fit this in a frame. He needs to cut X cm on each side of paper of the picture so that it could fit perfectly in the frame with area 60 cm square. Yeah. So identify and define the problem. So identify and define the problem. So what I need to know is what I already know is length and width of the picture. The dimension here. I also know the area of the frame. Okay, so length and width of picture and area of the frame is known. So I need to basically figure out to fit the picture in the frame, length of the picture that needs to be cut. Yeah. So with these two information known, basically I want to find the length of picture that needs to be cut. Yeah. That's basically the problem in this situation here. So part B, apply mathematics concept to solve the problem. So apply mathematics concept, basically we have to form the equation here. Okay. So see, here is 16, here is 20. So inside here will basically be 20 minus x. Here to here is, 20 minus 2x, because x on top, x below. And here is 16 minus 2x, x here, x here. So when I times them together, 20 minus 2x times 16 minus 2x, it will be equals to 60 cm square, the area. Okay, that is given. So yeah, basically that's the mathematics concept to solve the problem. They haven't asked you to solve it. So let's see. Actually, yeah, we just try to basically solve this. Yeah. Actually, no. Apply mathematics concept to solve. So we should be solving this. So just expand. 20 times 16. 320. 20 times negative 2x minus 40x minus 2x times 16 minus 32x. Same sign plus 2x times 2x, 4x squared. Bring over the 60 minus 60 equals 0. So put the x squared first, 4x squared minus 40 minus 32 is minus 72x. 320 minus 60 plus 260 equals 0. So all of this I can actually divide by 4. Then I get x squared minus 18x plus 65 equals 0, which I can factorize. Factors of 65. 13 times 5 minus minus. So x is either x minus 5 is 0, x is 5, or x minus 13 is 0, x is 13. So x cannot be 13. Yeah. Okay. Because there's no way here is 13 and here is 13, then the whole thing will be this plus this is already 26, which is more than the 16. So it doesn't make sense. So x must be 5. Yeah. Then part C, interpret in the related problem context. So basically, I want to find the length and width. Length length is basically the 20 minus 20 minus 2x, x is 5, 10 cm with 16 minus 2 times 5, 6 cm. So 10 by 6 gives us the 60 cm squared. Yeah. And then report the findings. So means x value that he needs to cut is 5. In other words, he needs to cut 5 cm from each side of the picture. That's it. Reporting in the end, what have you found, which is basically the x equals to 5 value. Okay. So question 15. On the process, calculation process for income tax. So first part A, yeah, we want to find the calculation process for income tax first. So A1 here, basically I want to calculate, first thing you always calculate the chargeable income. Yeah. After you calculate the chargeable income, then we calculate the amount of income tax that needs to be paid. Then I minus out any rebates. Tax rebates. So tax rebates can be based on the income. Just when your income is below 35, chargeable income below 35,000, then there's a rebate. And also zakat is also a type of rebate. Yeah, then we get the payable income tax. So part B, B1, I want to find X value. So X value, so basically, X value is here. Yeah. For each unmarried child under the age of 18 years old, there's 2,000. So Mr. Saman has 4 children and his wife is a housewife. His eldest child studies in a matriculation college. The rest are still in school. In college, so should be above 18. Okay. So for the person, X value should be the 3 child below 18 times 2,000 each, means 6,000 ringgit. So 6,000. Okay. Then second part, the income tax for Mr. Saman for the year 2020. So first, we find chargeable income. So we calculate chargeable income. So which is the 66,100. Okay, I minus 9,000 minus 4,000 minus 7,000 actually let's count the total relief lah. Total relief 9,000 plus 4,000 plus 7,000 plus X is 6,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,300 plus 250 plus 400. 30,950. Yeah. So chargeable income will be the 66,100 minus 30,950. $35,150. Yeah. So 35,150. So means is income tax will basically be 600 for the first 35,000 plus the rest of it is 8% rate, 8% of 150 ringgit. Then I have to also minus the zakat. So minus 500. So 600 actually, I just count this one first. 600 plus 8% times 150. 612 ringgit. That's the income tax, but payable income tax, I have to minus the zakat. So 612 minus the 500 that he paid for zakat. So it's 112 ringgit in the end. Yeah. So third one suggests one way for Mr. Seman to get more tax relief. So more tax relief. So you can see there is the donations. He can donate more. Okay. Medical you cannot control lah. So besides here, there is also other kinds of tax relief. Yeah, like lifestyle tax relief, which is spending on books, spending on computer, laptops, a new phone and things like that, technology items, or yeah, books. So yeah, you can write any of it. The easiest one is by spotting from inside here. So in this case, give more donation to government approved charity organizations. Yeah, that would be the easiest one to spot. But you can also say others, other kinds of tax relief, like your lifestyle tax relief, buying more books, yeah, spending more on items qualified for lifestyle relief, like books, computers, laptops, phones, and yeah, so on. Okay. Question 16. Sarah bought a house and planned for a vacation in the same year. Okay. So she plans to renovate her new house by applying a personal loan 60,000 ringgit for a bank for 9 years with the interest rate 4.5% per annum. So I'm going to calculate monthly installment payable by Sarah. So personal loan 60,000 for 9 years, interest rate 4.5% per annum. So we are assuming this is a fixed interest rate. So total loan amount, total loan after interest is the 60,000 plus the interest PRT, principal times interest rate times time, 60,000 times interest rate 4.5%, percent is out of 100, times time 9 years. Yeah. So 60,000 plus 60,000 times 4.5% times 9 years, 84,300 ringgit. So means monthly installment will be the 84,300 divided by 9 years times 12 months each year. So divide by bracket 9 times 12. So 780 ringgit, 555, so 56 cents. Actually, usually they won't really ask you to pay in cents. So generally it will be like 781. Then the rest of it, in the final month, they will either ask you pay less or pay more. And the second one, Sarah wants to buy a property insurance for the house she had purchased. These two factors that can affect her decision in choosing the best insurance. So, best insurance, there's really quite a bit of things to see. There is the policy terms and condition, one of the more important things, because certain policy, maybe they have certain factors that they will pay for, and then certain things maybe like some maybe include natural disaster, and some doesn't include. Some include flooding, some doesn't include. Some include fire as a whole, some doesn't include. So it depends. Yeah. So that's why terms and condition is very important. Then total coverage needed. How much needs to be covered? And of course, the most obvious one, the price of it, means the premium rates and benefits. Yeah, some may have extra benefits and so on. So things like that. So you only need two factors. So we can look at coverage package also, because some package includes certain things that you don't need. Some include certain things that you may need. For example, earthquake damage. So in Malaysia, earthquake barely ever happens in Malaysia. So you probably don't really need to buy earthquake insurance. But if your policy has it and it costs extra money for it, then we have to look into it. So yeah, you don't need to list all of this, but these are some of the more major things that you can probably look at. If you think about it, terms and condition, how much how much you need to cover, how much you need to pay, and what benefit you get, and what is included in the package. So things like that. Yeah. Then we look at part B. I have a plan of Sarah's house, rectangular plan. So first, we want to find the area of room A. So this is under a scale 1 to 200. So let's change each of it first. So the 2.5. So is length of image over length of object. Yeah, equals to the scale. So means 2.5 over the length of object equals to scale 1 over 200, means 200 times 2.5. It's the length of object. So it is 500 cm or 5 meters. And the other one, 3 cm. 3 over length of object is 1 over 200 as well. So 3 times 200 is length of object, which is 600 cm or 6 meters. So area of the room is just 5 times 6, 30 meters square. So it's always better to change from the length. If you want to change from the area, you can, then you have to times 200 square. Yeah, you have to times 200 square, times 200 twice, basically. Then second one, Sarah wants to cover the floor in rooms A and B with tiles at the cost of 20 ringgit per meter square. Our total cost tile installation. So you see 3 here, 2.5 here, this 3, 2.5. It should be the same area. So both has the same area. So basically, the total cost will be the total area, 30 plus 30, times the 20 ringgit per meter square. So 60 times 20. 1,200 ringgit. Yeah, that's it. Then part C. I have the diagram here. I want to draw all the directed graph to represent the routes that is less than 10 hours. So I want to go from here. K and G. Sorry, G is a transit station. So from K, we want to go somewhere. So we can go until J here, that will be 8 hours. I can even go until here actually. That is still less than 10 hours. Okay, sorry. Wait. Time in the transit station. Yeah. Time in the transit station is 1 hour. So yeah, we cannot include here as well because we have plus 1 hour in the transit station itself. So we can draw from K to G to J. It can be until here, K, G, L. Yeah. If I go until here, there is 10 hours, but last year is also, yeah, it's actually without the 1 hour, it's already 10 hours. Definitely not. So it's only these two. Then C2. Sarah wants to plan a route at optimum cost and at the same time able to visit many places. The route that she would choose. Justify your answer. So optimum cost. So definitely she won't go through here because it's expensive and it doesn't pass through that many points. So she'll probably go through this way. K, G, J, P. Yeah. Cost is 23 plus 65 plus 29. $117. Yeah. 117 ringgit. Whereas the other one, 102 plus 23, 125 ringgit. So it is more places to visit. At lower price of travel. Yeah, basically that. Okay, anything reasonable would be okay. Now, question 17. Part A, A1. So this kind of question, always we want to write out the inequalities. So inequalities will be based on each of these three conditions. So the first condition, number of refrigerator P is at least 20 units. So means X is at least 20. At least means more equals. Total number of refrigerators means X plus Y. Not more. Not more means less or equal to 60. Yeah. Then number of refrigerator P, the X, is at most. At most means it can be less or equal to 2 times the number of refrigerator cube means 2Y. These are the three inequalities. Then, using the scale 2 cm to 10 units on both axes, I want to draw construct and shape region R. So your axis, you can always put at the corner here. Okay, your axis you can always put here. X, Y. So 2 cm to 10 units means each box is 10. Each box is always your 2 units. Sorry, 2 cm. So you just label each box 10, 80, 90, 100, 110. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So X more equals 20. So I draw the line X equals 20. So X value of 20 here, we just draw a straight line up. That is X equals 20. Then X plus Y, that's what equals 60. So if I sub in Y equals 0, for x equals 0, then y is 60. Y equals 0, x is 60. So it means 60 and 60 here and here. We have to connect. Yeah, using a straight line like this. Then the other one, x equals 2y. If x is 0, y is 0. If x is, say, 20, then 20 divided by 2, 10. Y is 10. X is 20, y is 10 here. So 0, 0, and 20, 10. Just connect the 2 points using a straight line. So for drawing straight lines, you always basically just need to find 2 points on the line. Then you just draw a straight line. Sorry, a bit hard for me to draw this line. Let me just use the help of technology. Yeah, there we go. That's the line. So, see the first one, x more equals 20 means to the right of this line. X plus y less or equals 60, less means below. This is the x plus y equals 60, less, so below this line. This is the x equals 2y. X less or equals 2y, which means 2y more equals x. So if I compare the y, it should be more, so it's above. If I compare the x, then it's less, so it's to the left. Yeah, you can compare either way, either to your x or to your y. But whichever you compare, that one, we look at it when it's on the left side. Yeah, you cannot think this is less, so it's below. That would be wrong. It should be above because it's 2y more equals to x. Yeah. So it means the shaded region is here. We label here R. Right? Yeah. Then part B. Here, Alfia is a college student and part-time worker at Sharika M. She sold 5 refrigerators in January 2021. So the table here shows the money income and expenditure of the month. So find the values of STU, VW. First one, S. 10% meal allowance, 10% of money salary. So it's basically 10% of the 1,100. So it's 110 ringgit. So 110. T, commission, 100 for every sales. So she sold 5. So 5 times 100, 500. U is total income, which is adding up all this. So 1,100 plus S, 110, plus T, 500, plus 400. 2110. Let me list out 1,100 plus 110 plus 500 plus 400, 2110. V is just 120 plus 200, total fixed income. So 320. W add up all the variable expenses. 450 plus 200 plus 150 plus 250. $1,050. That's the STV values of STUV and W. Then calculate Alia's monthly cash flow. Explain whether she spends her money wisely. So monthly cash flow is total income 2110 minus all her expenses minus 320, total fixed expenses minus 1050, total variable expenses. 2110 minus 320 minus 1050 is 740. So her cash flow is 740. So yes, because she has positive cash flow, so she has money to save. So something like that. It's fine. Most important is you look at the cash flow, whether it's positive or negative. If it's positive but very close to being negative, also it might be a bit dangerous. But this is a very healthy positive cash flow, though definitely it's spending is good. Okay, then part C. First one. I want the ratio of number of refrigerators received by charity organization X to charity organization Y to charity organization Z. So you see, X to Y is 2 to 3. Okay, X to Y, 2 to 3. Then Y to Z is 4 to 1. So I want to combine them together, basically. So I need to change the same number to be the same. So the Y value, I want it to be the same. So the 3 and 4, I need to change it to the same number. I can times 4 here. Then it's 8 to 12. Here I times 3. Then it's 12 to 3. Then you see both are 12 here. Then I can combine them. X to Y to Z ratio, 8 to 12 to 3. And the second one, if charity organization Z received donation of 6 refrigerators, state number of refrigerators received by charity organization X. I can just straight away compare X and Z here, 8 with the 3 here. So number of refrigerator by organization X over number of them received by organization Z, 6 is equals to parts in the ratio, 8 over 3. So number of them received by organization X, 8 over 3 times 6, which is 16. That's it. So basically that is for the MRSM set paper 2 SPM trial paper. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.